Practicing gratitude and letting go of regrets after the age of 60 is perhaps one of the most powerful ways to cultivate inner peace. At this stage of life, many people naturally begin to look back, evaluating the choices they made, the opportunities they took, and the ones they missed. This reflection can sometimes bring comfort, but, for many, it also awakens feelings of regret, sadness, or even guilt about the past. Holding on to these heavy emotions can weigh down the heart and disturb the mind, creating stress and unease. Gratitude becomes the key that opens the door to calmness because it shifts focus from what went wrong to what is still right, what has been experienced, and what is still possible. Instead of looking at the past as a chain of mistakes, it can be seen as a collection of lessons, stories, and blessings. By choosing to focus on gratitude, a person after 60 can find beauty even in the simplest moments, and by letting go of regrets, they create space for joy and peace. Gratitude works like a medicine for the mind and heart. When a person wakes up each day and remembers even small blessings, like the comfort of a home, the sound of birds, the smile of a grandchild, or the ability to walk, breathe, and feel the warmth of the sun, they train their brain to see life differently. It is not about ignoring problems but about balancing perspective. Even with health challenges, financial worries, or the pain of losing loved ones, there are still reasons to be thankful. Seniors who practice gratitude regularly often find that their mood improves, stress decreases, and relationships become stronger because gratitude softens the heart and creates openness toward others. Science also supports this. Studies show that people who consciously practice gratitude experience better sleep, reduced blood pressure, and higher overall life satisfaction. This shows that gratitude is not just an emotional practice but also a physical and mental one. Letting go of regrets is equally important. Many people in their 60s and beyond carry silent burdens, things they wish they had done differently, relationships they could have mended earlier, careers they might have chosen, or words they should not have spoken. Regret is natural, but holding on to it for decades can turn it into poison. The truth is, the past cannot be changed. What is done, and wisdom lies in learning from it, not in punishing oneself forever. Seniors must remind themselves that every choice they made was based on what they knew and felt at that time. Life is not a straight road, it is a journey with twists, mistakes, and surprises. By forgiving themselves and accepting that imperfection is part of being human, they free their minds from unnecessary suffering. Forgiveness of others is also part of letting go. Holding on to anger or resentment against someone who hurt them years ago only keeps wounds fresh. Releasing that pain does not mean forgetting or approving of the wrong, but it means refusing to let it control the present. A powerful way to combine gratitude and releasing regret is through daily reflection. Seniors can spend a few minutes each morning or evening recalling 3 things they are grateful for, no matter how small. At the same time, they can acknowledge any lingering regrets and consciously decide to release them. Writing in a gratitude journal, even just a few lines a day, can be therapeutic. It gives the mind a habit of searching for good moments and reduces the focus on what went wrong. Another practice is mindfulness meditation, where a person sits quietly, breathes deeply, and allows thoughts of regret to arise, but instead of clinging to them, they observe them and let them pass like clouds in the sky. This builds mental strength and makes it easier to live in the present moment. Gratitude also creates deeper appreciation for people. Seniors often have more time than younger adults, which can be invested in nurturing family ties, friendships, or community relationships. Expressing gratitude to others, through kind words, appreciation, or even a simple thank you, strengthens bonds and creates feelings of connection. Many elders find joy in spending time with grandchildren, guiding younger generations, or volunteering in their community. This gives them purpose and reinforces the feeling that their life still holds immense value. Regret often fades naturally when one is engaged in meaningful and positive activities, because the mind becomes too occupied with present joy to dwell on old wounds. In addition, gratitude transforms how seniors view aging itself. Many struggle with the physical and emotional changes that come with growing older. They may regret the energy they once had or the beauty they have lost, but gratitude shifts the lens. Instead of focusing on what the body can no longer do, they can be thankful for what it still does. Instead of mourning the passing years, they can celebrate the wisdom, patience, and insight that only come with age. A grateful mindset turns aging from a curse into a gift, allowing seniors to embrace life with dignity and peace. Regrets, on the other hand, often rob seniors of the joy that still exists. For example, a person who regrets not traveling in their youth may continue to feel unhappy, even though they can still travel locally or enjoy new experiences now. Someone who regrets a broken relationship may spend years in sadness, even though they still have time to reconcile, reach out, or simply forgive in their heart. By learning to let go, they give themselves permission to enjoy the years ahead rather than wasting them in sorrow. It is never too late to start fresh, to learn a skill, to make new memories, or to heal emotionally. The beauty of life after 60 is that time is more precious, and this awareness can motivate seniors to live more fully in the present. Another important point is that gratitude and letting go of regret are choices. They require effort, but they are always within reach. Seniors cannot control everything in life, but they can control their response to it. Every day presents two options: dwell on the past or embrace the present with thankfulness. Choosing gratitude does not erase pain or mistakes, but it gives the strength to carry them lightly. Choosing to release regret does not deny the reality of loss or error, but it prevents those experiences from defining the future. In the end, practicing gratitude and letting go of regrets is about freedom. It frees the mind from chains of sadness and opens it to peace. It allows seniors to smile more often, to enjoy little pleasures, and to inspire others with their calmness. Younger generations often look up to elders as sources of wisdom, and when they see a senior who carries gratitude in their heart and no bitterness in their spirit, they feel motivated to live better lives too. This influence is one of the greatest legacies seniors can leave behind. Not wealth or possessions, but the example of a peaceful, grateful, and forgiving soul. Embracing mindfulness and spiritual connection after the age of 60 is like finding a deep well of calmness in the middle of life's constant storms. At this stage, many seniors face challenges that test their patience and peace of mind: slower health, loss of loved ones, financial pressures, or the simple reality that time is moving forward. The heart begins to crave stillness, a kind of inner balance that is not easily shaken by outside events. Mindfulness and spirituality together provide this balance. Mindfulness teaches the art of being fully present, while spirituality opens the heart to something greater than the self. Whether one's faith is rooted in religion, meditation, or simply a connection with nature, the bond with the spiritual dimension brings comfort and strength. When practiced with sincerity, these habits can turn ordinary days into peaceful journeys and help seniors carry their years with dignity. Mindfulness is the simple act of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It sounds easy, yet it is one of the most difficult skills to master because the human mind loves to wander towards the past filled with regrets or the future filled with worries. Seniors often find themselves replaying old memories or fearing what might come in terms of health or family issues. This endless cycle creates unnecessary stress. Mindfulness interrupts this cycle. By focusing on the now, on the breath, the taste of food, the sound of a bird, the feel of the wind, seniors can escape the trap of time and simply exist in peace. A few minutes of mindful breathing each day can reduce blood pressure, slow down the heartbeat, and relax the nervous system. These small physical benefits add up, making mindfulness not just a spiritual practice but also a practical tool for health and longevity. Spiritual connection deepens this experience. For many seniors, spirituality is tied to their religious faith. Prayer, reading sacred texts, or visiting places of worship bring them closer to God and remind them that life has a higher purpose beyond material concerns. This connection gives comfort, especially in moments of loss or uncertainty, because it reassures them that they are part of something eternal. Even those who are not strictly religious often find spiritual nourishment in nature, meditation, or acts of kindness. Walking quietly in a garden, feeling the rhythm of the ocean, or sitting under a tree can awaken a sense of unity with the universe. This feeling reduces loneliness and makes one realize that they are never truly alone, even when the house feels empty. Aging itself can be seen through the lens of mindfulness and spirituality. Instead of resisting the natural changes of the body, seniors can practice acceptance. Mindfulness teaches that every wrinkle, every gray hair, every slowed step is part of the journey, not something to fight against. Spiritual connection reminds them that their worth is not measured by physical strength or beauty but by the richness of their soul. Together, these practices transform aging into a sacred process, a gradual return to simplicity and purity. Those who embrace this view stop fearing death and instead focus on living each day fully, savoring the small blessings that still surround them. Another important aspect is how mindfulness improves relationships. Seniors who live mindfully listen more deeply to others, appreciate conversations, and remain patient in interactions. They no longer feel the need to rush or argue over trivial matters. Instead, they focus on the joy of being with loved ones, whether that means sharing a meal with family, telling stories to grandchildren, or laughing with old friends. Spirituality strengthens this by encouraging compassion, forgiveness, and empathy. A senior who feels connected spiritually is more likely to let go of grudges, to forgive easily, and to treat others with kindness. These qualities not only bring peace to their own hearts but also make them a source of peace for everyone around them. Practicing mindfulness does not require grand efforts. Simple routines can create powerful results. Seniors can begin their mornings with a few minutes of silence, focusing on their breath before the day begins. They can practice mindful eating by slowly chewing and truly tasting their meals instead of eating in a rush. Even washing dishes or folding clothes can become mindful practices when done with full attention. These small habits train the brain to stay in the present and prevent unnecessary wandering into stress-filled thoughts. Over time, mindfulness becomes second nature, creating a calm, nurturing relationships and social bonds after the age of 60 is one of the most essential secrets to maintaining a peaceful and fulfilling life. At this stage, many seniors experience a natural shrinking of their social circles due to retirement, relocation, or the passing of old friends and family members. Loneliness can creep in quietly, and with it comes sadness, anxiety, or even depression. Human beings are inherently social creatures. No matter how independent someone may be, the need for love, companionship, and understanding never disappears. Seniors who prioritize building, maintaining, and deepening their relationships not only protect themselves from isolation but also create a foundation of emotional strength that allows them to enjoy their later years with warmth and joy. Relationships at this age need to be seen less as obligations and more as gifts. Every moment spent with a loved one is precious, and seniors who approach connections with gratitude find themselves enriched in countless ways. Family ties are often the closest source of love. Children, grandchildren, siblings, and extended family offer a web of support that can keep seniors grounded. Taking the time to nurture these bonds, by visiting regularly, sharing stories, offering guidance, or even just being present, keeps the heart alive. For grandchildren in particular, seniors can play a vital role not just as caretakers but as storytellers, mentors, and role models. The laughter and curiosity of younger generations bring vitality, while elders pass down wisdom, creating a beautiful exchange that strengthens both sides. Friendships are equally important. Unlike family, friends are chosen relationships built on shared interests, trust, and mutual care. After retirement, many people lose the casual socialization that comes with workplaces, which can leave a sudden gap. Seniors who make the effort to stay connected with old friends or form new ones through community groups, hobbies, or social gatherings find their days filled with lightness. A phone call, a shared meal, or even a regular walk with a friend can transform an ordinary day into a joyful one. Friendships also bring emotional safety, because sometimes seniors feel freer sharing their feelings with peers who are experiencing similar stages of life. Knowing that others understand the same challenges of aging builds a sense of solidarity and reduces feelings of isolation. Social bonds extend beyond family and friends into the larger community. Many seniors discover great satisfaction in joining clubs, religious groups, or volunteering for causes they care about. These connections create purpose, something that is often lost after retirement. Helping others, whether it is teaching a skill, supporting charity work, or simply being a good neighbor, builds confidence and self-worth. It also combats the sense of invisibility that some older people feel when society focuses heavily on youth. By staying active in community life, seniors remind themselves and others that they still matter, that their presence makes a difference. This contribution creates inner peace and strengthens the feeling of belonging. Nurturing relationships also involves learning to forgive and let go of conflicts. Holding on to resentment against family members, friends, or even old colleagues only damages peace of mind. At 60 and beyond, life becomes too precious to waste on bitterness. Seniors who take steps to reconcile, whether through a phone call, a letter, or simply offering forgiveness in their hearts, often feel a deep release of tension. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or approving of past wrongs, it means choosing peace over pain. This act of letting go not only heals relationships but also lightens the soul, allowing seniors to experience more joy in the connections they still have. Another aspect of nurturing bonds is adapting to the changing nature of relationships. Children may move away, friends may pass on, or circumstances may change. Seniors who approach these changes with flexibility and openness instead of resistance cope better. Technology can be a great ally here. Learning to use phones, video calls, or social media platforms allows seniors to stay in touch with distant family and friends. Even though nothing replaces face-to-face connection, technology bridges the gap and helps them remain emotionally close. A simple video call with a grandchild can brighten an entire week, reminding seniors that love transcends distance. Relationships also thrive on quality, not just quantity. It is better for seniors to have a few genuine connections than many shallow ones. A deep, meaningful conversation can provide more comfort than 100 casual interactions. Seniors who cultivate listening skills, empathy, and patience find that their relationships naturally become richer. At this stage of life, there is less need for competition or proving oneself. Instead, there is more space for acceptance, gentleness, and kindness. This maturity allows seniors to enjoy relationships in their purest form, free from the ego-driven conflicts that may have once clouded them in earlier years. Relationships are also vital for mental and physical health. Studies consistently show that people with strong social networks live longer, healthier lives. Companionship reduces stress, boosts immunity, and lowers the risk of depression. Sharing laughter releases endorphins, and simply knowing that someone cares provides emotional stability. Seniors who isolate themselves, on the other hand, often decline faster both physically and mentally. Human connection is as necessary as food and shelter, and nurturing it should be considered a form of self-care. Practical steps can help seniors strengthen their social bonds. They can schedule regular family dinners, attend local events, or join hobby groups like book clubs, gardening circles, or walking groups. Volunteering at schools, hospitals, or community centers also opens doors to new friendships. Even small acts like greeting neighbors or chatting with people at the market create a sense of belonging. Sometimes seniors hesitate, thinking it is too late to build new connections, but the truth is that friendships and bonds can form at any age. The key is willingness to engage, to listen, and to show interest in others. In nurturing relationships, it is also important for seniors to balance giving and receiving. Some may focus too much on helping others while neglecting their own needs, while others may withdraw and expect others to do all the reaching out. Healthy relationships require balance. Seniors should allow themselves to receive love, care, and help without guilt, while also offering the same in return. This mutual exchange of support builds trust and keeps relationships strong. Ultimately, nurturing relationships and social bonds is about creating a circle of love that supports seniors through the ups and downs of life. It ensures that they are never truly alone, even when challenges arise. It provides laughter, companionship, guidance, and comfort. Most importantly, it nourishes the heart with the warmth of belonging. A senior who invests time and care into their relationships finds themselves surrounded by love, and that love becomes the foundation of peace. At 60 and beyond, possessions and achievements matter far less than the people with whom one shares life. Strong social bonds ensure that the later years are not just about survival but about joyful living filled with connection, meaning, and togetherness. Maintaining a simple, healthy, and active lifestyle after the age of 60 is one of the most practical and rewarding ways to cultivate peace of mind and longevity. At this stage in life, the body naturally begins to slow down, energy levels change, and certain health issues may arise, but this does not mean seniors must accept decline as their only reality. Instead, by simplifying their lifestyle, making health a priority, and staying physically and mentally active, they can enjoy not only more years of life but also better quality in those years. The goal is not perfection or chasing youth, but rather creating a balanced routine that supports both body and mind, allowing seniors to live gracefully and independently. Simplicity becomes a guiding principle at this stage. Many people spend the earlier decades of life chasing possessions, success, or social approval. By 60, most realize that true contentment does not come from material things but from freedom, peace, and meaningful experiences. Simplifying life means letting go of unnecessary stress, decluttering the home, reducing financial burdens, and focusing only on what truly matters. Seniors who simplify often feel lighter, both physically and emotionally. A smaller home that is easier to manage, fewer possessions that require care, and a focus on essentials create space for calmness. This also reduces anxiety about responsibilities and allows more time for rest, hobbies, and relationships. Living simply also extends to daily routines, choosing fewer commitments, saying no to activities that drain energy, and focusing only on what brings joy and purpose. Health is the second pillar of a peaceful life after 60. The body may not be as strong as before, but with mindful care, it can remain resilient. Seniors benefit from balanced nutrition, regular medical checkups, and preventive health practices. Eating whole foods, fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and sufficient water, provides the body with strength and energy. Avoiding excessive sugar, salt, and processed foods reduces risks of diseases like diabetes or hypertension. Seniors do not need complicated diets. Often, simple home-cooked meals are the most nourishing. In addition to food, maintaining good sleep patterns is vital. A consistent bedtime, a calm environment, and relaxation practices before sleep help the body repair itself and improve mental clarity. Seniors who respect their body's needs find themselves with more energy, less stress, and greater emotional stability. Physical activity is essential at this stage. While intense workouts may not be necessary, gentle and consistent exercise makes a huge difference. Walking, yoga, tai chi, swimming, or light stretching strengthen the muscles, improve flexibility, and protect joints. Regular movement also keeps the heart healthy and reduces the risk of strokes or chronic illnesses. Exercise is not only physical, it boosts mood by releasing endorphins, which fight depression and anxiety. Many seniors find joy in group exercises or walking clubs, where they combine physical activity with social interaction. Gardening, dancing, or even playing with grandchildren are forms of activity that bring both health and happiness. What matters most is consistency, moving the body every day in some way to keep it active and alive. Mental activity is just as important as physical. A healthy, active lifestyle means keeping the mind engaged with learning, curiosity, and creativity. Seniors who read books, solve puzzles, learn new skills, or even explore technology keep their brains sharp and reduce the risk of memory loss. Lifelong learning brings purpose and keeps the spirit young. Even simple activities like listening to music, painting, or writing in a journal help maintain mental clarity and emotional health. Combining mental and social activities, such as joining book clubs or community classes, provides double benefits. It challenges the brain while also strengthening social bonds, which further enhances peace of mind. Spiritual and emotional health is another layer of an active lifestyle. Seniors often find that practices like meditation, prayer, or quiet reflection bring inner balance. Emotional health also improves when seniors learn to manage stress with patience, positivity, and acceptance. Simple breathing exercises or mindfulness practices can reduce anxiety and calm the nervous system. Seniors who maintain a spiritual or emotional routine, whether through religion, gratitude journaling, or nature walks, find themselves better equipped to handle life's challenges. This creates not only a healthier lifestyle but also a more peaceful one. Simplicity, health, and activity are interconnected. A simplified life gives seniors more time and energy to focus on health. Good health allows them to remain active, and staying active keeps both body and mind strong. Together, these three elements create a lifestyle that is sustainable and fulfilling. Importantly, this does not mean seniors must live with strict discipline or deny themselves enjoyment. Balance is key. Treating oneself occasionally, enjoying favorite foods in moderation, and taking time to relax are all part of a healthy lifestyle. The goal is not to live longer at any cost but to live better with the years one has. Another important factor is independence. Seniors who maintain an active and healthy routine often remain independent for longer. Independence gives confidence and dignity, reducing the stress of relying heavily on others. It allows seniors to make choices, enjoy hobbies, travel if they wish, and stay socially engaged. Simplicity also reduces the risk of overwhelm, making independence easier to sustain. Instead of managing too many responsibilities, seniors can focus on the essentials that support their freedom and well-being. Maintaining such a lifestyle also inspires others. Younger family members and even the community notice when seniors live actively and gracefully. They see that aging does not have to mean decline but can be a stage of strength, peace, and fulfillment. This inspiration becomes part of the legacy seniors leave behind, showing future generations how to grow old with wisdom and health. It also strengthens family bonds, as loved ones admire and respect the elders' commitment to living well. A simple, healthy, and active lifestyle after 60 also prepares seniors for the uncertainties of life. No one can control every outcome, but being physically strong, mentally alert, and emotionally balanced makes challenges easier to face. Whether it is a health issue, a family crisis, or an unexpected change, seniors who maintain this lifestyle are more resilient. They adapt faster, recover quicker, and remain calm under stress. This resilience is what creates true peace of mind, not the absence of problems but the strength to handle them gracefully. In the end, simplicity, health, and activity together create a holistic approach to life after 60. It is not about clinging to youth but about embracing this stage with clarity, balance, and dignity. A simplified environment reduces stress, good health provides energy, and active living keeps both body and spirit alive. Seniors who commit to this path discover that aging can be not a burden but a beautiful chapter filled with purpose, joy, and peace. They wake up each day with gratitude, live in harmony with themselves and others, and go to bed each night with contentment. Such a lifestyle becomes the true secret to a peaceful mind and a meaningful life in the later years.